Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Rakha HaKodash. All right. Call Halalim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Rakha HaKodash. All right. Giving all praise to the Most High Yahweh, who the world and he calls God, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai. All right, and who the world and he calls Jesus Christ. All right, that of course is in the Paleo Hebrew. All right, the ancient Hebrew. Okay, that's their respective proper names. All right. Of course, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to all the sincere Akim that's out here on the highways and hedges. All right. In season and out of season doing the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Of course, I want to, say shalom, of course, to the sincere sisters. All right. That'd be the Akwath. All right. And of course, the confusion of faces. That's you Israelites, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who look like the other nations and where you have, of course, been scattered on to. All right. Yeah, I'm the brother of Mafpa. Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, coming again with this truth, all right, Amath, all right, this truth, Amath is truth, okay, of the scriptures, which this week currently I was going into a lot about the UFOs and what are they, their purpose, and which I received on one of my channels, on GMS True Scent. All right, that's another channel I opened up, in which the reason, of course, I opened it up is because due to Esau playing with my page, the views, not really moving at all, and I know, brothers is watching these videos, but, it is what it is. But, I have another channel other than my GMS Daily Bread, or Great Millstone Daily Bread 411 page. The other page is GMS True Scent 1. All right. So anyway, going to the chariots. All right. I don't want to tarry too much. All right. Because I got the question, someone, of course, asked, what are the chariots and who are actually in the chariots, what are their purpose, and I'm gonna quickly answer that. All right, what's it? Of course, in the chariots are the angels. All right, of course, of the Most High, of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, they're actually, when you go into it, what you're gonna learn, what they actually look like, so I'll just go into it, and we'll just get into it. So, as yeah, in the scriptures it says, right, and in the Bible, of course, it describes the chariots as or UFOs as flying rolls. Okay, you get that, of course, in the Zechariah, the 5th chapter. Right? Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. All right? So this is a way a prophet in the ancient world described, all right, a so-called UFO. It says, thereof is the 20 cubits, and breatheth therefore 10 cubits. All right? And it says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that seeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. All right, in which, these so-called UFOs, they of course contain the angels. They are the chariots of the Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans of Israel. All right, Yashar Allah. All right, they're of course going to bring forth destruction and of course salvation for the elect. All right, the chosen of the nation of Israel. All right, the 144,000 prophets, and of course the 1/3, a numerous multitude of believers. All right, the 1/3, men, women, and children. All right, so we're gonna go to I believe we're going to go to Ezekiel, all right? And I'll go to 2 Kings as well later. This is Ezekiel, right? The book of Ezekiel, who Ezekiel was a prophet. All right, prophets say before us. All right. I'm going to go to I believe it's the first chapter. All right. And it says, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud. All right. And which, when you get the understanding, the cloud is another metaphor for a so-called UFO, a chariot. Okay. The Bible, of course, is supposed to be broken down precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. All right. So we go all across the Bible for, of course, the understanding when we're proving, of course, a point. Because we have to prove, of course, all things via the scriptures. Okay. Now, I believe I go to, let me see, let me try to, I got so much in my hand. I'm trying to juggle things around. Psalms, I believe it's 103, right? This is Psalms 104 and 3. It says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the cloud his chariot. All right. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. All right. So, you go into it, this is what a UFO is. When you go into it, it's a chariot of the angels of the Most High, which when you go into it, Yahweh Shai, who the world already calls Jesus Christ, he's coming back, of course, in chariots, all right, with the multitude of angels, okay? And, of course, you have, if you haven't seen lessons on it, you, of course, have to see it, because I covered it all throughout this week, all right? When it goes on to, it says 104, Psalms 104 and 4, it says, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire, all right? And that's it, okay? Which, the angels, they're servants for the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, okay? So now let's go back to the Ezekiel, all right? So back to the Ezekiel, all right? So you know that a whirlwind and chariot, all right? Those are metaphors for a so-called UFO, all right? It says, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud and a fire enfolding itself. All right. You don't see fires, of course, burning itself up. I mean, clouds burning itself up. All right. The Bible is written, of course, parabolic, dark sayings and such. Okay. It says, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof was the color of amber. All right. Going into a reddish color. All right. And it says, out of the midst of the fire, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. So inside of the chariot, all right, they have, of course, the angels. That's the vehicles. Because when you go into the word for, let me see, chariot. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can get it real quick. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it real quick. For the word chariot, let me see. Let me try to go to it. When you go into the word chariot, it just means vehicle. All right. They have a Hebrew word for it, and it means vehicle. But I mean, yeah. So, when you go into it, but for the sake of time, I'm a kind of keep it really simple, all right? So you're going to go into it. It says, and every one had 4 faces, back to Ezekiel 1 and 6, and every one had 4 wings, all right? And this is basically going and describing the angels. Now, of course, this was in a vision in which, the visions that the prophets received, all right, I'm going to back this up by a precept. You can't just take it literal, all right? This is all, when you go into a liken, all right, into, to other things, symbolizing and such. All right. So this is Ecclesiastes, our book of Sirach, the 34th chapter, and the verse 3. It says, "The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face." All right. So, you know, when you go into it, these visions, all right, which the prophets, they receive, of course, these visions, all right. You know, they go into these trances, all right, a state of where they're not, they're like a semi-conscious state, all right, and they receive these visions, all right, and of course they went and wrote the things down, all right. So, you know, you can't just take it and read the Bible and just think it's just like, you're going to be confused. You have to have understanding dealing with it, all right, and I'm breaking it down, all right. So now I'm going to skip down to well, I'm gonna continue. It says, it is verse 7, Ezekiel 1:7, "And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, they which a calf's foot is brown." All right, so they're dark, all right, brown, all right, goes into, of course, the color, all right, which the angels, they have the same, they look like, of course, the Most High, all right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which when you go into the image of who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, who his true name is Yahweh Shai, means he the deliverer in the Hebrew, all right. He actually is a dark-skinned man, so the angels, they have the, of course, the same, of course, resemblance, all right. They look just like, of course, and, you know, the creation, all right, being, you know, that originally people, of course, had melanin, all right, you know. So anyway, just to, I mean, I don't want to go too much off point, but, you know, the likeness of angels, all right, because they come when they appear and such, all right, they appear as men, all right, you know, when you go into it, all right, and how they appear, they have melanin, okay, yeah, and they're dark, all right. So when you see in them chariots, all right, which when you go into it, that's just a shot where they talking about, of course, little green men and stuff. That's wicked, all right. So let's continue on. It says, and they had the hands of a man under their wings on their four sides. Oh, slug it. I ain't finish it off. Back to verse 7. All right. It says, I'm going to read it all the way from the top. Ezekiel 1:7. "And their feet were like straight feet, and their sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass." All right. So brass, of course, is like a brown. All right. So that's the color of the angels. All right. Now, that's basically it. All right, I'm gonna go into the next part of the lesson. The camera about to die. I gotta change the battery, so I'm gonna say, of course, shalom, of course, and I'm gonna go into the next part of the lesson. Shalom.